Board games, they cost an absolute fortune, but do they need to? I got all of these games for under $100 Australian, that's about $60 US. Look, they were my best bargains that I've got in my entire collection. But what I've also done is some research for you on what bargains you can get right now. So let's go check out all these great steals. The board gaming hobby. Look, it's such a unique, beautiful industry where, look, we get games from all over the shop. Sure, we can go get the deluxe versions Kickstarter. We can go to our retail stores. Secondhand, look, lots of secondhand board games out of there. And also, why not go to your local thrift shop as well? These are all of my best bargains in my collection. Let's start off with Old Joking Hazard right here. It was a freebie. I purchased another game from a guy, got Joking Hazard for nothing. Loving that. The next ones, these are the dented ones. Look, we have The Crew, $10 Australian, $6 US. Wavelength, $10 Australian, $6 US. Because look, there's some dents in the boxes. Who cares? The game's amazing. Wingspan, look at this, Wingspan Asia. Little dent on the corner there. Got that for $20. That is ridiculous. $15 US for those. So they're my dented games. Now let's have a look at Passing Through Petra. $10. Went to a convention. They were just trying to get rid of them. It's actually a decent game for 10 buckaroos. That is ridiculous. Again, remembering $6 US. So for all those people in the US, these are all going to be Australian prices. Detective. Got this from a thrift shop. Got it for $5. $5. So what's that? $3 American. Look, beautiful bargain there. And finally, the best bargain of all. I haven't even opened it yet. Still in its shrink. Look at that. Look how glary that is. Clash of Cultures Monumental Edition. Goes for about $200 Australian. Got it for $50. Look, again, got it at a convention. A ridiculous price. They had a box of them. I don't know what they were doing. They just got rid of them. Absolute bargains. So they're my best bargains. But really, I wanted to give you more than that on this video. I wanted to actually go through and have a look at what are some of the games that right now that you can get cheap that I highly recommend. Firstly, massive thanks to my good mates over at Chits and Cardboard. Look, I watched their video, Best Board Games Under 50 Bucks. It was a cracker of a video, but inspired me to let you know my best bargains. Now, I jumped on Board Game Oracle. I found the best games in the US and Australia. These are games that I highly recommend. I think they're amazing games. If you can get them at a good price, add them to your collection. And we're going to get straight cracking into it. And we've got Takedo. Elegance, simplicity, beauty. There is everything to love about Takedo. Look, there's the new Namigi, there's Takedo Duo, but go back to the original. It is just amazing, and make sure you add that to your collection. It's only about $20 US, so jump on board Takedo. Next up, we got Flamecraft. Critter Kitchen is on Kickstarter right now, and it's killing it, smashing it out of the park, and Flamecraft's where it all started. Sendara Tang artwork, these beautiful dragons working around this, I guess this street village. Look, it is beautiful, neoprene matte. I absolutely love me some Flamecraft. It made my top 10 games of all time, and it is going super cheap for about $20 US. Like, unbelievable. Make sure you get on that. Alma. Now, this is the one game I have not played in this whole thing, and look, I don't know. There's just something about a good bargain right here. Look, I like Coimbra. I like Lorenzo. Look, I've got all these sort of games, and have a look at this. Go down here, $17.50. Look, even if the game's rubbish, $17.50, at least have a crack at that. So there we go, Alma Mater. High Society, massive thanks to my mate Simon for introducing this game to me. Auction game by Rana Knizia. It's just cards, it's beautiful. It was so much fun, and this is pretty much one of my #1 games I need to get into my collection right now. I was so buzzed for that. This game is only, have a look at this, $9.95 at the moment in the US. That is insane. If you're not buying that, then you're crazy. Okay, after High Society, we have New York Zoo, and New York Zoo is in my collection. I absolutely adore it. It's a Uwe Rosenberg game, but it's about cute little animals in a zoo, and you're going around there, and oh, look, just lots of meeples. You're going to be putting them down in your own little zoo. It is absolutely gorgeous, and you're going to get this super cheap in the US right now. Let's see how much for. $19.99. For a lazy old 20 buckaroos, you are getting yourself to New York Zoo. Next up, I added in these two. Now, Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. Now, I had this game, sold it, wasn't for me. I'm not really into those sort of dungeon crawlers, but what I do appreciate is the actual bang for buck you're getting in this. There's like 20 odd scenarios, just hours and hours of replayability. Look, if you're into dungeon crawlers, this is going super cheap everywhere at the moment. Just jump on that. You don't need Frosthaven. You don't need 500 hours worth of dungeon crawlers. Just get in Jaws of the Lion. Now, I'm going to end in the US on Sleeping Gods. Now, I paid a lot more than what this is going for right now. But what's happening is the latest Sleeping Gods is coming out. And you know what's? It's flooding the market with old Sleeping God. Like, that's basically what's about to happen. So get on board. You're going to find this a lot cheaper. Look, it is my #1 game of all time. #1 campaign game of all time. Sleeping Gods. It is beautiful. Ryan Lockett. The man's a genius. Okay, so that is my best in the US. Now, for Australia, we have bees. And look, bees, absolutely love it. Little bees floating around. You're going to be moving around there. I played this in PAX Oz just recently and I fell in love. This is a cracker little game. And again, no one talks about it. You're going to get this super cheap. Bees, jump on board the bees wagon. Now, Iki, another game in my collection. Iki is good. Iki is really good. You are in this Japanese market and there's basically fires that constantly run through it. Anyway, it's a weird old theme. It's an amazing game. You're going around this rondel. Oh, look, I love me some Iki. If you can get this at any decent price, make sure you add this to your collection. If you're a fan of Euros, you're going to be a fan of Iki. Great Western Trail, Argentina. Now, Great Western Trail, Argentina. I don't really care what Great Western Trail you add, but add one of them to your collection. The original, Argentina or New Zealand. At the moment, because there's 3 different versions, you're going to find some really good deals. So I highly recommend you add one of them. Again, amazing Euro. Look, do you like cattle? Do you like sheep? Whatever. Look, maybe you might be a fan of New Zealand sheep. Maybe you want to wait for that, but whatever. Add one Great Western Trail. Next up, Tidal Blades Heroes of the Reef. Beautiful, beautiful art. A fantasy world that I absolutely adored. Squishy little squishies. Oh, look, there's so much to love about Tidal Blades. Now, look, there's a lot of, dice checks and all that sort of good fun stuff. But Tidal Blades, it is going super cheap at the moment. Let's just have a look here. This is going to be in Aussie dollars. So 57 Aussie, about 40 US, maybe a little bit less. Unbelievable. Grab hold of that and add to your collection. Now, Anachrony. I paid a lot more than this. It's going cheap at the moment. I don't know why. Mindclash games are always quite hard to get, but all of a sudden I'm seeing these come into the market now, and I'm thinking, if you want a heavier sort of game, a more complex game, look, if you have not tried a Mindclash game before, try Anachrony. I've got Perseverance up there. I've got Septima, Voidfall. Like, I've got a lot of games that could sort of scratch that itch. But Anachrony is where it all started. So get into Anachrony there. And finally, let's end off with a just face full of colour. That board, there's a lot going on there. But Batoku, a Euro extravaganza. Again, for whatever reason, this is coming cheaper and cheaper in the marketplace. And I think this is something that you will love. So pretty much all these games, besides Alma Mater, I've played. Highly recommend. I think these are absolute bargains. And that's what this video was about, showing off my bargains and then showing off bargains that you can get right now. Anyway, that's all I have. Thanks again to Chits and Cardboard. Look, please let me know in the comments, what is your best bargain in your collection? I would love to see what that is because boy, oh boy, there's some absolute great stories out there and I want to read them. So that's it from me. I'm Hogs. This is the Bangers Project. Till next time. Laters.